want to talk a little bit about leadership. So many wonderful authors and writers for a long, long time now have been speaking about leadership. For me, I'm a particular fan of servant leadership. I am not a fan of what's sold as leadership because people are loud, or because they're abusive, or because they're dominant, or because they have the ability to put people down or tweet really fast. That's not leadership. That's just manipulation and anger and hatred. I'm a fan of those who serve the greater good. I want to look at a couple of pieces of writing with you. This is from Seth Godin, a prolific writer. He says leadership is scarce because few people are willing to go through the discomfort required to lead. This scarcity makes leadership valuable. It's uncomfortable to stand up in front of strangers. It's uncomfortable to propose an idea that might fail. It's uncomfortable to challenge the status quo. It's uncomfortable to resist the urge to settle. When you identify the discomfort, you found the place where a leader is needed. When you identify the discomfort, you found a place where a leader is needed. If you're not uncomfortable in your work as a leader, it's almost certain you're not reaching your potential as a leader. So where is it currently uncomfortable? Well, in our schools, it's uncomfortable with the coronavirus and trying to figure out, can we go back into school? Is it safe to actually, can it happen? Can we be 6 feet apart in a classroom? Can people wear masks? Do we give people the option? How do we keep people safe? Because if there is no safety, there is no education, there is no teaching. If there's no safety, then we're full of anxiety. And if we're full of anxiety, we can't learn. So where is it uncomfortable? The racism and hatred in our country right now. I think of my friends who are black and brown, whose ancestors were persecuted and who still to this day, my friends who are black and brown are afraid when a police officer pulls them over to the side of the road. I can't imagine that feeling. Literally feeling like your life is in danger. How many of our children feel that way? Places to lead when we're uncomfortable. The discomfort of trauma, the discomfort of mental health challenges. We need leadership there. We need the willingness to be vulnerable. We need the willingness to be transparent. We need the willingness to be real. We need the willingness to have faith in all the good that's come before us. And bring that good to the world. Another wonderful writer who I love is Margaret Wheatley, Dr. Margaret Wheatley. Her latest book is entitled, Who Do We Choose to Be? Who do we choose to be? Who do we choose to be for this time right now? What will our voice speak to? What's our truth? My truth is unity. My truth is strength in diversity. My truth is equity and honoring all lives. What power are we using to create islands of safety and islands of sanity? Our children are coming back to school. They have experienced great loss and great trauma. Not being in school from March through the summer. Some will be blessed with the advantages of having a vacation. Some will be blessed with the advantages of having all the technology, internet resources they need. And some will not. Some will not have had any vacation. Some will not have any resources. Some will be hungry every day. And some won't even have a chance to be outside. Our schools are islands of safety, and if we are blessed to be back in person, we must begin the year with community building and team building and setting a safe emotional environment. And now that is overwhelmingly more important than academic content. Academic content will come, but if we have children in trauma, we have children with mental health concerns, if we have children in desperate need of feeling hungry and needing to be fed physically and emotionally, we must begin to meet those needs first. Maslow's pyramid has taught us that. Psychology teaches us that. And basic humanity teaches us that. I can't learn if I have social emotional needs. Social emotional needs and learning must come before the academics. And the research tells us when we meet those needs and continue to address those needs, the academic improvement will rise. One more piece from Margaret Wheatley. Think about our leadership teams, our superintendents, our building principals, our central office leadership, and the leadership in every classroom with the teacher, and our coaches and our nurses and our counselors. What's the current quality of relationships in your schools? What's the current quality of relationships in your work group? Is there trust? And I'm going to pause and think about that one, because if there is no trust, there will be a fall off in relationship, there will be a fall off in leadership, and there will be a fall off in teaching and learning. We must focus on trust building. Fear versus love. There's so much to be afraid of right now. But in our daily experience, can we find moments of gratitude and forgiveness and appreciation and respect and recognition? And those are all forms of love. Let's not be afraid to use that word. It's strong. It's meaningful. It's powerful. What's our current quality of thinking? We have crisis after crisis after crisis. We have the crisis of the coronavirus, which is ongoing now, 3+ months in. We have the crisis of hatred and racism. Now thousands of years into the process of hatred and racism. We have the deep concerns and stressors of mental health and trauma. What's the quality of our thinking? Are we problem solvers? Are we solution solvers? Are we able to calm and comfort all those we work with? What's our willingness to contribute? How will we contribute to the greater good? What will be our choices today? Who do we choose to be today? How do we choose to act today? Love or fear? Choose one.